Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Daughters of Hadassah. My name is Gail. Today, let's have a little conversation. Let's talk about the virtuous woman, the Proverbs 31 woman. Before I got saved, like for real saved, when I used to read this Proverbs 31 woman, this virtuous woman, I'm like, this lady is getting on my nerves. Like, who is she? Where did she come from? And does she really exist? Because who? What woman can be this superwoman that this woman is? But now that I'm a little more saved and really saved, for real saved, walking this Christian journey, trying my best to make it into heaven as a woman of God, I look at the virtuous woman in a different light. And I recognize that the Bible says, who can find a virtuous woman? Now, I don't want to talk about all of this Proverbs 31 woman, but I want to point right there on who can find. Why is that question being asked? When we are women of God, it made me look at my walk and my relationship with Christ differently. Because if this woman is in the Bible, whether she's an example of the type of woman that she should be, or if she is really a woman that really existed, then we as women of God, we should be the answer to this question. Who can find her? Who can find a virtuous woman? Her price is more precious than rubies. This woman is a rare woman. She's a priceless woman. She's a different woman. And looking at us today as women of God, black, white, yellow, brown, green women from Mars, if we believe in Jesus Christ, a lot of us, married or single, we don't fit the bill of even a quarter of this virtuous woman. First of all, she's rare. In being rare, that means she's hard to find. How is it that there's a billion Christians on the earth, a high percentage of that billion is women? How is it that a virtuous woman is hard to find? That means you can pick her out of a crowd. She's not going to be the average woman that you find in a grocery store or in a clothing store or a mall. You can't just go to these places and find her because she is so rare. We cannot find this woman in our churches because we fit into the world so succinctly in such a way that you can't tell who is who. Outside of the jackets that we wear to usher in, if you wasn't wearing that red jacket, white jacket, whatever the color of the jacket is that you wear at your church, would I still be able to know that you're an usher, that you're a woman of God? When you're on your job, in the workplace, in the marketplace, do you fit in with everybody else that I cannot even tell that you are a child of God? A rare breed. Are we standing out? Is there something different about us, or do we fit right in with the world? The bad attitude. I come to church, I had an argument with my husband, with my kids, with the dog, before I walked out the door, and now I bring this attitude with me into the church, and I'm serving in ministry, and as soon as somebody says or does something that you don't like, you snap right into the world's form. That's not rare. That's not this Proverbs 31 woman. She stood out in such a way that people noticed how different she was from other women. The men that associated or came in contact with her husband bragged about her and called her blessed, called him blessed because of the type of rare breed, the virtuous woman that she was. She didn't run off at her mouth. She didn't hee and ha in different men's faces and try to be seen and known. She wasn't loud. She was productive. She was a business owner. Not only did she own her own business, but she made her own clothes. And she sold clothing, sold material. She was a businesswoman, focused, on point. She was not caught up in the reality shows and different things on TV. Focused. We fit right in with all the other women. So much so that who can find us? Who can find the woman of God? Who can walk up and pick out the woman of God out of the crowd? Because we fit right in. We're wearing what the world wears. We're doing what the world does. We're saying the foul things out of our mouths, just as the world does. Who can find us? Virtuous women. And those of us who are single. Now, men, a real man of God is looking for someone who's going to compliment him, who is going to be light and not be a distraction and not be somebody who brings shame to his name for him to be married to her. And that works both ways. But where are the virtuous women for the men to be able to point, see, recognize the difference in us and says, I have to have her. There's something different about her. She's a rare breed. She's going to be an asset. People are going to rise up and call me blessed because I have this priceless jewel of a woman, a virtuous woman who loves me, who's focused on me, who takes care of our household, makes sure that our children are taken care of, making sure that she is well put together and taken care of. Not one that's so busy that she can't do her hair and walk around with rollers and a dirty house coat and things of that nature. And I do understand that the virtuous woman, she had servants. She had female servants who helped her. So, of course, she was able to do a lot of the things that she did. You know, have a productive household, take good care of herself, run a business, things of that nature. She was blessed. She was a blessing. She had servants to help her. But it still does not take from the fact of who she was. So as women of God, the Bible says, let a man examine himself. We need to really examine ourselves and come from among them. Be separated, consecrated, and be the type of woman where someone else can look at us and see a difference, a rareness about us, something that's hard to find, where not only for a mate or the mate that we have to rise up and call us blessed, but so that when God looks down upon us, he is well pleased because his daughter is in place. And we answer the question of who can find a virtuous woman. She may be rare, but I'm one of those rare virtuous women. So I'm no longer threatened or intimidated by the virtuous woman, because I've made it my point to be the kind of woman, the virtuous woman, the rare woman, the different woman, that when people come into contact with me, they are able to see the Christ in me. Not that I be lifted up, but so that Christ can be lifted up, because people will be able to see the difference in me. What about you, sister? I'm going to work on me. Work on you. Let's be light for the world and salt on the earth. Be the Proverbs 31 woman that God is looking for. The rare breed. Have a blessed and prosperous day. This is Daughters of Hadassah. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Have a blessed day.